As reported on the night of the 3rd of August, the SBU's attack drones visited Saky airfield, 240 kilometers from the front line in Russian-occupied Crimea. The explosive drones destroyed one Sukhoi Su-30 fighter jet and damaged another, and also damaged 3 Sukhoi Su-24 bombers, the SBU claimed. An aviation depot, potentially containing weapons or fuel, was also hit, according to the SBU. The successful special operation of the SBU in Saky is another step towards weakening the enemy's ability to wage a war of aggression against Ukraine, the SBU announced. The occupiers should remember that they will never feel safe on our land. What's especially embarrassing to the Russians is that they just finished building at least 12 concrete bunker shelters at Saky to house the aircraft operating from the often attacked base. Inside these reinforced shelters, we've identified both jets and larger drones, including the Orion, reported Tatarigami, the head of the Ukrainian Frontelligence Insight analysis group. The shelters didn't fully protect the planes at Saky, if the SBU's claims are accurate. The Saky raid brings to 27 the number of Russian aircraft Ukrainian drones have destroyed or damaged since the 1st of June. It's not the worst month for the Russian Air Force since Russia widened its war on Ukraine 42 months ago, but it's close. In all, Russian forces have lost 162 planes and 157 helicopters, according to Euromaidan Press media outlet. The SBU's deep strike campaign, mostly targeting Russia's own deep strike assets, dramatically widened this summer. On the 1st of June, the SBU smuggled long-haul trucks full of explosive first-person view drones close to 5 Russian bomber bases. SBU claimed its drones had struck around 40 warplanes at Dyagilevo, Ivanovo, Olenia, Belaya, and Ukrainka air bases. By eliminating a portion of Russia's missile carriers, the 1st of June operation, Spiderweb, could have significant effect that should dramatically reduce Russia's ability to launch missiles against Ukrainian cities and kill civilians, noted Ben Hodges, a retired U.S. Army general. On the night of the 27th of June, the SBU's long-range attack drones, potentially Ukroboronprom AN-196s, dealt another painful blow to the occupiers. According to the service, the explosive drones struck the Russian airfield in Kirovsk, 130 miles from the front line in southern Ukraine. The SBU claimed it destroyed MiL Mi-8 and Mi-26 transport helicopters and a MiL Mi-28 attack helicopter, as well as a Pantsir air defense vehicle. A reported secondary explosion may point to Russian ammunition stocks or parked drones cooking off. The very same night, drones struck Kirovsk. The SBU and Ukraine's Special Operations Command, the SSO, struck a second time and damaged, if not destroyed, as many as 5 Russian Air Force Sukhoi Su-34 fighter bombers at Marinovka Air Base in Volgograd Oblast, 290 kilometers from the front line. The 150 or so Su-34s that are left, after several dozen have been lost over Ukraine, are Russia's primary platforms for dropping cab-winged glide bombs on Ukrainian positions. The 500 and 1,000 kilogram cabs range as far as 64 kilometers. They can be jammed, but the sheer number of cabs raining down on the Ukrainians, thousands per month, make them among the most damaging munitions in the Russian arsenal. Millions of people from all over the world, primarily from Latin America and Africa, are ready to fight for Ukraine, but cannot come to our country on their own. This was stated by serviceman Igor Lutsenko. I am not exaggerating. Millions of people around the world want to fight for Ukraine, Lutsenko emphasized. According to him, these foreigners need Ukraine as a state to organize their arrival, because representatives of Latin America and Africa cannot just come to Ukraine without a visa, without the consent of the European Union. There is no possibility. In addition, there are SBU checks. There are other bureaucratic procedures. That is, these volunteers themselves, who want to fight for Ukraine for various reasons, for absolutely selfish reasons, they want to gain combat experience. All these people cannot come here because we have a bunch of obstacles to this, Lutsenko said. He claims that volunteers are currently collecting funds to bring in foreign volunteers. He is convinced that the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine can issue a corresponding resolution in 15 to 20 minutes, and everything will be ready. More than 8,000 foreign volunteers have reportedly joined the Ukrainian ground forces, with the total number to be likely at least twice as high across all military branches. Kostiantin Melevsky, the Ukrainian military's acting head of the Department for Coordination of Foreigners' Military Service, shared this with the Ukrainian news outlet Hromadski. The number of foreign armed forces volunteers increased from 10 to 150 a month to around 600, which was influenced in part by the fact that our foreign recruitment center has now begun full operations, said Melevsky. South Americans reportedly make up around 40% of foreign soldiers. Detailed information, particularly about which countries have contributed the most volunteers, is kept secret for security reasons. However, the Ukrainian military revealed that a large portion comes from Colombia, with many of them serving in dedicated combat units. One of them includes Ukraine's 47th Separate Mechanized Brigade Assault Unit, comprising military Colombian fighters, in addition to volunteers from Brazil, Italy, Mexico, Peru, and Zimbabwe. Recall, Russia uses foreign mercenaries against Ukraine. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky claimed that his country's troops in the northeast are battling foreign mercenaries recruited by Russia from various countries, vowing to respond. The Ukrainian president visited frontline troops in the Kharkiv region, hearing reports from his warriors that fighters from China, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, and African countries were on board with Russia. Russia is already known to have been assisted by thousands of North Korean troops in the defense of its Kursk region, and Ukraine had already accused Moscow of recruiting Chinese fighters, a charge denied by Beijing. At the time of reporting, there was no comment from the additional countries accused by Zelensky of joining Russia's war effort.